Arrest Netanyahu for war crimes. Everybody knows it's the right thing to do, and if you disagree, in your heart you know it's true. There's something in your mind that got tricked, and it's something we can fix. So, if I say arrest Netanyahu for war crimes, and you respond, well, what about Hamas? If you're making some excuse for his genocide, I would say, well, arrest Hamas for war crimes. Why doesn't it go both ways? Why isn't it fair for either side? It, it could be racism, it could be Trumpism, it could be the worst of Trumpism, the core of Trumpism, the ones who know that they're Nazis and Klan and KGB or whatever, and they want the genocide of the Palestinian people, and they want a backlash genocide of the Israeli people because that's what they do. That's what they want. That's the core of the movement, including Netanyahu. He doesn't realize the second part of it, like the joke's on him. But they're all being played like this, and being played by Putin, being played like Trump is being played by Putin, and to destroy America. I guess he knows he's in on that, but it doesn't seem like he's holding back at all. But we've got to stop them, and we can while you and I, most likely, depending on who's watching this video, aren't going to have any power to stop them or to make the decisions. We can pressure the people who can make the decisions to stop them, but we're not going to be able to stop them. But we can at least change the way our minds think about it if we're duped into something wrong. So hopefully you're offended by the idea that you might be a Trump Trumputoneer, a Trump terrorist, but that's the core of the movement here in America and worldwide that's trying to push the genocide as far and as fast as possible. Now, down from that is the idea that because uh, Hamas did something terrible, that anything can happen to them, and that's okay. Well, just reverse that. Now that Netanyahu's done all these terrible things, does that mean anything can happen to him and that's okay? And anything can happen to everybody else there and that's okay? No, it doesn't mean that. So it shouldn't have meant that in the first place. It's not a good principle. It's not a good way to think. And we do better not to think that way. I think there's better responses even to violence than much, much more violence, many more innocent people killed. Then the third thing is the way they've trained us into thinking that nothing bad will ever happen to people at the top and everything bad will happen to people at the bottom. And we don't expect uh, anything bad to happen to people at the top, tyrants and dictators. But we do expect and even accept bad things happening to everybody at the bottom, even people who are completely innocent. And that's just completely wrong, and we should reverse it. If that's our justice system, we should switch the priorities and say, hey, look, nobody at the bottom goes to jail until Trump and Putin and Netanyahu and other people like that go to jail. Like, let's have some priorities and say, hey, if that gets people motivated to get the people at the top who are causing the most suffering, the most problems, into jail, then it'll make life much better for the rest of us. And a lot of these other problems that are caused and crimes that people commit won't happen because people will be living better lives already without the tyrants at the top, making it terrible for everybody. Tyrants or terrorists always end in trials or termination, so it would be doing them a favor to get them safely to a trial before people take matters into their own hands, skip the same steps that Netanyahu has been skipping in his